Hi, everybody. So today we're going to talk about why you guys should dispute everything all at once. I do not believe in separating y'all disputes. I think that y'all should be able to just put everything on one dispute letter. Honestly, that's what I would do. I would not be separating my disputes. When I see people separating disputes, what I mean by this is maybe they have collections, they'll send a letter off based off of the collections, then they'll send one off for like charge offs, they'll send one off for like their bankruptcy. I believe in just putting everything on that one dispute letter. To me, it makes it so much easier for you. And then y'all should be sending everything certified. So to me, it won't cost as much. It's a little less to be able to just put it all on one dispute letter. And then two, it's easier for y'all to track. When y'all are doing y'all disputes, y'all should always think, if they don't delete these accounts from my credit reports, where my book at? The Sue to Win book, I'm going to actually sue them. All right. That's what you should be thinking in your head. I'm going to do my disputes. If they don't want to delete it from the credit reports, I'm going to do what I need to do, which is suing a company. Okay. So that's exactly what y'all should be thinking about. But if y'all separating y'all disputes, I'm not a lawyer. I can't technically give y'all legal advice. I'm not trying to give y'all legal advice, but I wouldn't think that would mess up your disputes, but it would make it where now it's just more stuff that you need to keep organized, basically. Okay, if you already have all of your disputes like on one letter, you can just say, hey, this is my first dispute. And then when you do your month number 2, you can say, oh, this is my second dispute. So basically, I think that it would just be more organized. And then some of y'all, like, for my book right here, the Credit Cleanup Blueprint book, some of y'all for the Credit Cleanup Blueprint book, y'all are sending out multiple letters here. And this is y'all can send out multiple letters if y'all want to, but I didn't mean for it to be like that. I didn't mean for y'all to think that y'all finna send out a billion letters. Some of y'all are like, okay, I got to charge off. Let me do the charge off letter. I'll do the debt collection letter. I do got that repo still. Let me do that repossession letter. Let me do the bankruptcy letter. That's not what this was for. This was supposed to be for you all if you had like targeted things you need to do. Like you only have really that charge off on your credit report. Let you go ahead and do your charge off letter. If you got only that bankruptcy, you got the bankruptcy letter inside of here. You got 3 letters that you can send to the credit bureaus. Plus, I did give you all a basic letter. The first letter that's actually in here, that's the basic letter that, it's just the general dispute letter. This is the general dispute letter that I would be sending starting off. And I'm so sorry, y'all. Y'all lighting is always bad over here, but it is what it is. But that's what I will do. I will list all of the companies on that one dispute letter. Now, for the second month, when accounts come back verified, that's when y'all can actually go in and y'all can separate it, because now you're going to have to send an individualized letter to a collection company, to maybe a creditor. That's when y'all can individualize it. But don't think that y'all need to do that like starting off like right away. Y'all just gonna have to send individual letters. Y'all don't have to technically do that. Okay, y'all can start off again sending off just a letter with all of the companies on there, whatever come back verified, then send the individual letters. All right, so that's what I really want to talk to y'all about, because a lot of people think that when y'all do y'all disputes, y'all need to separate it off the bat, and I just don't believe in it. I don't think that y'all need to separate it right away. I think that y'all need to right away just put everything on one letter and mail that letter out. Okay, and I'm learning so much. When I talk to y'all, all I can say is just listen, because I'm learning so much about what we should do, what we shouldn't do, and why we shouldn't do it. But a lot of stuff I just can't talk about. Regardless, I just can't talk about it and say, oh, this is what I found, and this is where I found that, and this is why. Just listen to me when I say that. If y'all are really setting up to sue these companies, just make sure that you are following the steps that's still in the book, my Suing to Win book. They're still legit. Like those are still the steps that y'all should follow, because I tell y'all the same method, but some of y'all want to like separate y'all stuff. So yeah, Josh, please stop today. Please stop today. Okay, please stop today with the message. But let me go ahead and answer some of y'all questions. And for the people that's on my TikToks right now too, when y'all actually do get this book right here, y'all are getting my new debt book right here for free. So y'all are getting my debt repayment book. It has 60 trackers and planners in it. So y'all are going to get this one for free. I got the snowball in here. I got 5 different trackers for like the snowball, 5 of them for the avalanche method. Also, some goal trackers, like if you're trying to pay off $500 worth of debt, 1,000, 2,500, you don't automatically get this for free when you guys purchase this. And I should have some coupons over here for you all. But I'm back in my room, y'all, because I'm still sore. I'm still sore, y'all. I'm still sore. I think I'm gonna stay sore for just a little bit longer. I'm working on it now with some creatine or something so I can stop being so sore. Should I dispute everything on my credit report at once? I would. Yes, I would put my collections, my charge-offs, my repossession, bankruptcy. I put all that stuff on one letter to the credit bureaus, because all they're going to do is reach out to all of the companies anyway. And then the companies are going to say whether or not that account is verified. So it don't even matter if you put it on multiple letters. You just paying more money and you wasting your own time doing that. Put it all on one letter, because the first month you're going to put it all in one letter. The second month you're going to have to send out a letter to each company that's on your credit report. So you might as well go ahead and take advantage of this one letter thing right now, because after this, you're really going to have to start targeting multiple companies. You're going to have to send out a letter to all 3 credit bureaus, plus you're going to have to send out something to each company that's reporting on your credit reports. How many accounts can I dispute at one time? You can dispute as many accounts as you want to. I would say dispute all of your accounts at one time. That's what I would do. I always did that. I always taught like that, because I found out the only reason why they was limiting the number of accounts that you all should dispute is they were teaching that to people that were doing credit repair, because they want you to stay with them, basically. That was teaching credit repair companies, don't do all of your disputes at once. Do 5 accounts, work on those, then you go work on the next one. That's how you keep them there for months. I don't believe in any of that. I think all of your accounts should go in that one letter. The second month, you're going to send a letter to the credit bureaus and all those companies, but you can do as many as you want to. I disputed one time like 50 different accounts. Yes, like 50 different accounts, and like 30 of them got deleted. All right. So it is what it is when it come down to that, because to me is no like number. Is there a magic? Yeah, there we go right here. Is there a magic number of disputes that's too many? I don't think so. I really don't believe in any of that, because don't forget, if they don't delete the account from the credit report, I'm thinking about suing them anyway. I don't care about all this magic number stuff. If they don't delete it, I'm already thinking I'm going to sue them. Should I dispute every negative account on my credit report? I would do it all at once too. Yes, everything that's negative, I would do it, because when you get them accounts deleted, that should help you increase your credit score. That should help make your credit score go up. So that's what I would do. What's the difference between negative information and inaccurate information? Y'all ask me this all the time. Negative information is like collections, charge-offs, bankruptcies, foreclosures, the accounts that's actually bringing your credit score down. And inaccurate information is accounts that's reporting differences among the credit bureaus. So like your balance may be $700 on Experian, and then on Equifax and TransUnion, it'll say it's $710. That's an inaccurate account, because that one account should report the same thing on all 3 credit bureaus. So you may see inaccurate accounts, meaning that they don't have the correct information reported, especially when you compare all 3 credit bureaus. Because some of y'all asking how you gonna even know that it's inaccurate. When you look at all 3 credit bureaus, you'll be able to see the inaccuracies, because one bureau will be saying this and other bureaus will be saying a whole nother thing. What kind of credit report errors should I actually dispute? You can go down the whole list. You can see errors in the account number, their last date of activity, your payment history, your high credit. Just go down. Like, I'll tell people, look on IQ, see all 3 of them. Just go down the list of like the different things that's reported on the account and see if it's the same on all 3 credit bureaus. That's how you guys will find the inaccuracies. Okay. And don't overthink this process. And I'm going to tell y'all why. Like, don't overthink the process. Whatever y'all tell these credit bureaus, no matter whatever y'all tell them, they finna send it over to the company, and the company finna have to vouch yes or no on whether it's accurate or not. Period. Okay, so it's no point of you, losing your mind about what's accurate and what's no. Look on all 3 credit bureaus and you say that there's a problem and that their credit bureau need to fix it, because credit bureau is not going to fix it, y'all. They're going to just send it over to that company, and that company say that this account going to stay on your credit report, y'all. It's going to stay on your credit report, period. So don't overthink the process. You may have to just sue them, but just make sure that you do put that there's an error. You see a discrepancy when you're looking at all 3 credit bureaus. Thank you so much, Ty, for all the likes too. What if I find 10 legitimate errors at the same time? I will list all 10 of them for that account. I would just put them all on there at one time. One thing I realized, and is that when y'all send something out to them anyway, say if y'all do a dispute and y'all send it out to the credit bureaus and y'all list the 10 accounts, when they send it over to the company, they aren't even gonna probably tell the company about one problem, but you told them about 10. So to me, that just gonna make your lawsuit better. Like, I told you about 10 different errors and y'all just think y'all gonna fix one. No, I told you 10. You need to fix all 10. The account is still inaccurate. And that's why our accounts still have inaccuracies on it. That's why everything is not fixed, because they'll send over one thing or maybe two things when you told them 10. Should I dispute differently with Experian, Equifax, and TransUnion? I wouldn't say dispute differently. Only thing I would say do differently is like if you're doing like your inquiries or if you're trying to target certain things like that. But no, send a letter to them, just certified mail. And if they don't delete it and you still have errors on it, I would just, sue the companies. What if the same account has different errors on each bureau? So that's why, okay, this is a good question. If the same account got different errors on each bureau, remember I was talking about, the account number can be this, or, it could have errors. TransUnion saying this, Experian is saying that, Equifax is saying this. That's exactly what you want to put on your letter, such as this. Hi, I looked at my credit report. Equifax says that my account number is this, but TransUnion Experian says that my account number is this. When I look at my balance, TransUnion and Equifax says my balance is this, and Experian says it's this. That's kind of how you should be wording it. Because y'all shouldn't be trying to pinpoint things and say, now this is correct. Let them go and figure this stuff out, because all of them is just going to send it over to the company, and the company is going to go back and tell everybody it's verified, but it's not true. So that's exactly how you should be saying. If you see multiple errors with the different bureaus, tell each bureau, this is where I see the errors at. This bureau saying this and this other bureau saying that. That's exactly what you should be saying. What if Equifax reports the wrong balance, but Experian reports it correctly? Well, in that case, y'all, I'm not going to say who is right. That's one thing I'm not going to say who is right. Y'all need to figure this stuff out, because a lot of times too, y'all want to get this stuff deleted from y'all credit report. So stop trying to tell them who right. To me, it's not our job to tell them who's right. It's our job to tell the company they need to remove it from the credit report. So if anything, I would say, hey, Equifax says that my balance is this, and Experian says that my balance is this. This account needs to be removed from my credit report. It's inaccurate. Who's to say that balance that you think is correct is correct? Y'all don't even know until y'all actually get to discovery and y'all start looking at documents. Y'all don't even know if there were any errors in terms of the calculation of that balance. So try not to speculate on, this is actually the balance and that's actually the balance. I wouldn't speculate on any of that stuff. I wouldn't. What if one bureau has a late payment and the other two bureaus don't? Well, then ask that one bureau to remove just that late payment and still send a goodwill letter to the actual company and ask them to remove it. When it comes down to late payments, y'all, I just was doing, I woke up at 5 this morning doing some dispute letters. And one of my clients, they only had a late payment on 2 bureaus. The other bureau did not have it. So what I do, I ask the bureaus to remove the late payment. The ones that's actually reporting it late, I asked them to remove it. Remember I was telling you about the balance thing? Somebody said, hey, what if my balance is wrong on Equifax but right on Experian? In that case, most likely, if you're caring about a balance not being correct, you want both of the accounts deleted. It's probably collections, probably a charge off. It's negative altogether. So you don't want to point out this, you don't want to point out who right. You just saying delete it. Both of y'all just delete it. With a late payment, if they ain't got no late payment, you don't even need to talk to them about it. It's good. You don't even want to talk up to accounts or companies that's reporting errors on your credit reports. So if they ain't got a late payment, leave them alone about their late payments. Focus on something else that could be on your credit report that's actually wrong. What does the difference between bureaus automatically mean? Okay, so they said, does a difference between bureaus automatically mean one is wrong? Yes. Yes, somebody wrong. So y'all have to think about this. How I look at accounts. I have to understand this. Our account number is our social security number for our account. This is our account number. That's how they're going to identify us. Thank you, Ty. And also, when we need to be identified, they identify us by our social security number. All right. So our social security, I can't even say our social security number is our identification for our accounts. Our account number is our identification. That's how you're going to identify the account. Okay. You got one account. So when you look at that account, one bureau cannot say that your balance is $610 and the other two bureaus say it's $600. Somebody is wrong. How we know it's wrong? Because it's one account. It's not two different accounts. It's one account. It's just reporting in multiple places. Okay. And another thing too, if y'all look at y'all payment history and y'all was really late in June 2020, we could say 2026 now. If y'all was really late June 2026 and Experian said that no, you was late July 2026, and the other two bureaus was like, yeah, she was late in 2026 or he was late in 2026 June. We know, you probably know when you were actually late, but it's no way that you were late in June and July 30 days when you only really had one late payment. So yes, if one of the bureaus is saying something different or both of them is saying something different than the other, then yes, there is inaccuracies, period. We don't have to guess any of that. Like, we already know what it is. It's one account. They all should say the same thing. Okay. They all should say the same thing. It's only one account. And what should I write when I'm disputing an inaccurate balance? That the balance is, I would just say that the balance is reporting this on Equifax, this on TransUnion, and this on Experian, if they're different. Or my balance is reporting this on TransUnion and Equifax, and on Experian, it is reporting this. That's what I say. Y'all figure it out. Y'all fight and figure it out. Okay. That's what I will put. What should I do if my payment history is inaccurate? Dispute it. Say that I see that there's errors inside of the payment history, and you can point out the different errors. For June 2025, Experian and Equifax said that I was late, but TransUnion said that I was not late. Then in July 2025, TransUnion said that I was late, and Experian and Equifax said that I was not late. There's errors in my payment history. You guys need to delete the account from the credit reports. That's what you need to put, but you just need to put it in like an actual sentence. You can put it just like that. What should I do if I did that one. Can I dispute incorrect account dates? Yeah, y'all can always dispute the inaccurate account dates. Y'all can always do that. Don't forget, y'all have something called y'all last date of activity. Your date of first delinquency. This is how long this is the date that they're going to use to determine how long they're going to keep that account on your credit reports. But y'all can do that date. Y'all can put the date open, the last date of payment. Okay, so y'all can definitely go over all of those dates because all of those dates matter. So y'all kind of asking the same thing. What if this is inaccurate and that's inaccurate? What about this? If there's anything inaccurate on y'all account, y'all need to do y'all disputes. Let me see if I can pull this up for the people that's over here that can actually see my screen. I know that y'all TikTok, y'all can't see it. I'm sorry. Let me see if I can pull something up for you all so that y'all can have a better understanding. I gotta have it in here, don't I? Or no? Let me see. I'm gonna pull up a sample credit report. I'm gonna be sliding y'all back and forth because I'm just live in multiple places. But I just want to go down a list so y'all can know the different things like y'all can dispute. Okay. Okay, here go my sample credit report. This is the credit report I always use for y'all. It's loading right now. This is good because I've been wanting to show y'all this for a while. Okay, perfect. All right, so y'all can see it. Let me move my head out the way. I ain't even really got no makeup on and stuff anyway. Y'all don't need to see me. Y'all don't need to see me in real life. Oh, now y'all really see me. Let me pull this up. Okay, y'all. So this is the sample credit report. Okay. Now I know y'all can't see it. All of y'all can't see it, but if you know, you know on how to be able to see it. Okay, but where is the uploaded document once I put it? Okay, I hope that y'all can be able to clearly see it. Okay, so let's go into it. It's kind of like a slide right now. Actually, you know what? I know I don't like the way this look. I need y'all to really be able to see. I hate when I feel like I'm teaching and I'm not really teaching, like y'all can barely see. Let me just make it so I can really zoom in, because y'all need to understand that this is the most important part, y'all. If y'all trying to get these companies to send y'all a check after y'all sue them, this is what y'all need to be looking at. This is what y'all need to understand. Once y'all understand this, then y'all understand what's really wrong with these companies, and y'all understand how to really fight them too. Okay. If y'all don't understand this, y'all gonna be doing that same crap that y'all may be doing. I'm just being honest, that it definitely probably is crap. Like people that's doing data breaches and stuff like that, don't do that. Do this. That way you can just sue the company, get them to give you some money, get them to waive the debt so that you no longer owe. Okay, but the rest of y'all, get y'all a pen and paper out, because I'm going down the list of what it is. And yeah, we're gonna go from there. Let me add this one to the screen. Okay, perfect. So this is, so y'all can see it much better, right? Yes, I know y'all can. Okay, so look at this right here. When y'all looking at an account, let me teach y'all how I read an account. Let's just read this one right here. When y'all looking at an account, y'all have to understand that this is just one account. Y'all got to come a little closer because I can't see my screen. Okay, so this is just one account. So this one right here is a U.S. bank account. I got the account number blocked out. Y'all see the red on here because there's like highlights basically. It just basically shows you all of the errors that's on the credit report. All right. Matter of fact, I think I could flip the screen for y'all. Okay, there you go. Now I can't promise I'm gonna show y'all the whole thing though. Should I say? Let me move y'all back some. Okay, here we go right here. All right, so this is the name of the account. This is the account number right here. And when y'all see these little red marks, that means that something is different. Something is wrong. Okay. One of the bureaus saying something different. That's why I like Identity IQ, because you see all three of them. So you see the account name, and then you see like all three credit bureaus, right? So when you're looking at it, when I look at the account, I want to see, okay, is the account name correctly, which is normal. It probably is correct. I want to see if all three credit bureaus say the same account number. I'll look at the account type. Is all of them the same? The account type details. This one actually has, Equifax actually has incomplete data. So that would be something that I would say. And I'll show y'all too. But this one right here says incomplete. This one don't say anything. So that's incomplete data. I would keep going down and I'll be like, okay, look, the account number, the date open is different. So TransUnion said that the date open was August 20th. But Experian and Equifax says that it was open on the 1st. That would be an error. That's what I would put on a dispute letter. The high credit, that's the most you ever owed on the account. I will find this error and I will say, okay, Equifax is saying that the high credit is 0. Experian says 0. Equifax says $4,788. And then TransUnion says $5,200. I will leave it just like that. I'm not going to say, well, if anybody is wrong, it's going to be Experian and Equifax. I'm going to just know that for myself. Y'all figure it out. Okay. And then I will say, hey, the Equifax says that the credit limit is $0, but Experian and TransUnion says $5,000. Can y'all see how I'm just looking at all of the different errors and pointing it out? When y'all look at this though, unless y'all are like a part of my membership or something like that, and I get y'all this, y'all not gonna see all of this stuff red. Y'all gotta just look. Okay, is that the same? Is that the same? That's the same. That's good. Oh wait, that say 0. That say 4,700. That say 5,200. Okay, something wrong. I'll highlight that myself and I'll remember that. Okay, credit limit. This one say 0. The other two say 5,000. That's a problem. Okay. This right here is the last date of activity. This is the date that they're going off of to figure out how long they're going to keep it on your credit report. You can see that there's errors on here. All three credit bureaus are saying something different. Okay. And then you can go down into the payment history. Let me zoom in just a little bit so y'all can understand this payment history. In the payment history for November right here, you got to kind of look up and down with this one. Okay. So 30 days late, 30 days late, and then nothing. TransUnion not even saying anything for the payment history. That's a problem. I read it's incomplete data. For December, Experian said it was 30 days late. Equifax said it was 60 days late, and TransUnion not saying anything at all. Can y'all see like all of the different errors? It's supposed to say the same thing. You see how this one for September says, oh, you was paying on time. You know, September on time, October you was on time, November 30 days late. They're not contradicting each other. It's the same account. For December, they saying 30 days late, 60 days late. January say 60, 90. If anything, it should go 60, 60, 30, 30, 90, 90, whatever it's going to be, it should be the same. I don't care. It's supposed to be the same. But this is how you need to find those different errors that's on your credit reports, basically. Y'all want to look at it like this. All right. Just because y'all up here, let me bring y'all down next now. Let me see what I'm going to do with y'all. Let me see y'all. Let me see y'all. Let me see. Let me show y'all. Oh, let me mirror. Flip my camera. Okay, good. I don't know where y'all gonna be at. Y'all gotta be about my cut for just a second. Just a second, y'all. Okay, so let me show y'all what the errors are gonna look like. Let me move this down over here. All right, y'all. So we're going to do a repeat real quick just so I can show them really quickly like the different errors because I already showed y'all. Okay, so this is right here. This is the name of the account, right? So it's one account. So U.S. Bank. Oh, hold on, y'all. Let's make sure that they're looking. Okay, they can still see. Where am I at? Okay. So this is U.S. Bank. It's one account, right? So when we looking for errors, you can see the account number right here. I have it blocked out because it's like a real account, but there's nothing red there. If there's errors or something different, my system will actually highlight it red. Okay, so right here, the account number is the same, but I'll be going and looking at each one of them. Okay, what about the account type? Okay, that's all the same. We're going to leave that alone. When I look at the account type details, I can see that Equifax is not saying anything. So that's incomplete data. So that's what I'll put on my dispute letter. Okay, I would say Experian and TransUnion says that this is a credit card, but Equifax for the account type details don't have anything reported at all. I would keep going down, but my next error I can see is right here with the date open. TransUnion said that it was open August 20th. And then Equifax and Experian says that it was open on the 1st. So that right there is an error. Don't forget, this is the same credit report. It's no way that they were open on two different dates. Okay, this is the same credit report too. So the high credit should be the same. Experian says $0. Equifax says $4,788. And TransUnion, which is here, says $5,200. So exactly what I just said is what I'll put on a dispute letter. The credit limit right here is it don't have anything at all for Equifax. So I would say Equifax says that the credit limit is $0, but TransUnion Experian says it's $5,000. And then I'll keep going down. The last date of activity, y'all, is different. This is the date that they go off of for when they want to determine how long they're going to keep it on our credit reports. So it's going to be 7.5 years from this date. But which date is correct? Like, which date are we going to go off of? That's why the counts be falling off at different times too, y'all, because they're saying different dates. This is the date that they're going off of. So I would just point out the different dates on here. Okay. And then this is the most important part for those people that don't think that they can ever find an error. You can always find an error in the payment history. Okay. So September, this is an old credit report. So you can see September 2019, it says, okay. And then TransUnion, y'all, they not reporting anything at all for the payment history. They just messing up. So the whole first line right here, that's going to be Experian. The next one is going to be Equifax. And the last one is going to be TransUnion. So Experian said okay, Equifax said okay, and TransUnion not saying anything. For October, Experian okay, Equifax okay, TransUnion not saying anything. Then this one, a late payment is going to start. November, it looks okay though. Say 30 days, 30 days. Okay, I was 30 days late. Let's act like it's all right. Okay, it's 30 days late. 30 days, 30 days, and then nothing for TransUnion. And then for December, that's when the errors start. You see 30 days late and 60 days late. If anything, I would think that Equifax is telling the truth, because usually it will go 30, 60, 90, 120, 150, but that ain't none of our business. What we're going to say is for December of 2019, Experian says it's 30 days late. Equifax says it's 60 days late, and TransUnion is not reporting anything at all. Same thing for January. Experian says 60 days, Equifax says 90 days, and TransUnion not saying anything at all. It's none of our business to correct them. But this is what y'all want to put on y'all dispute letters. When y'all doing y'all disputes, y'all want to just basically point out all of these different errors. When y'all looking at all of y'all accounts, y'all can always find some errors. When y'all looking at y'all collection, y'all last date of activity, this date right here should always be before the date open. Remember, your last date of activity is the first day that you stop paying on that account, or the first day that you basically became delinquent. Okay, but hopefully that kind of showed y'all those errors, because I'm getting a lot of questions about, oh, how are you going to find this error? What if that's wrong? If this wrong, that wrong, put it all on the same letter. Like, don't overthink it, just throw it all on the same letter. Let them battle it out to say this is right or this is wrong. It's none of our business. But I hope that helped some of y'all, like me actually sharing a screen. Thank you so much, Larry. But I hope that really helped y'all, so that y'all can be able to fully understand these errors. Okay, where is my thing at so I can come back on here? I'm like, how am I going to come back on here? But I hope that helped y'all understand, like, how to find these errors, what to point out, what to actually say. Just tell them one credit bureau is saying this, and another credit bureau is saying that. That's all you want to put on your letters. One bureau saying this and the other bureau is saying that. Let them figure it out. Let them fight it. Let them fight it out. It's not our battle at all. Our job is technically to pay our accounts, but if we find errors, we can always say, hey, something is wrong. Can y'all fix it? If we bring it to their attention, y'all, they got 30 days to correct it or delete it. All right, 30 days. And so I'm gonna skip over some of the other ones. What to do if my payment history is inaccurate? If anything is inaccurate, y'all, request for them to fix it or delete it, period. So inside of the books, y'all, inside of like the Raise Your Credit Score 100 points in 30 days, y'all got the free course that's going to come along with it. Anytime you buy any of these books, like individually, or you buy it all, you guys have the free course to come along with it. And then two, you also have this one right here, which is the 70 dispute letter book. So in the back of the book, y'all will see a lot of different letters that you all can use. Okay, so send a dispute letter to them and tell them to delete it. That's what y'all can do. If y'all see errors in y'all payment history, do it. And also, too, if y'all see inaccurate account dates, send disputes out. Tell them to delete it from your credit reports. If the account status is inaccurate, usually if the account status is inaccurate and you want to get the full account deleted, just tell them the account status is inaccurate, period. If you guys, sometimes the account status will say you're 30 days late. Tell them to update it then. Like, I consider it like a late payment kind of thing. I would say the account status is inaccurate. I see that from like a year ago when some clients come to me. They're like, hey, Kita, I need to get my credit fixed. I'll see the account status is inaccurate because they still saying 60 days late, but in the payment history it's saying okay, meaning it's being paid on time. So I would just tell them to update the account status to current. Update it to current. What should I do if the same debt appears on my credit report twice? If it appears on your credit report twice, separate them. That's my advice to y'all. Separate them. Even if y'all like, this is twice, they probably got two different account numbers. So when you do your dispute, let me get my book. Like this right here, this got some sample dispute letters in here. When you're doing your dispute, I'm asking on this letter, what's your account name and what's your account number? You probably still got that same account name on there, but put your different account number on there and separate it. This right here is what you should do for every account. Put the account name and account number, and then your dispute errors. So you may copy this thing 20 times if you got 20 accounts. Don't put them on there together. Them two separate accounts. Remember, y'all account number is a social security number for that account. So if they got two different account numbers, they two different accounts, period. Like it. They got two different account numbers, two different accounts. And if you see that they do got the same exact count, it's on there twice, put it on your letter twice. Trust me when I say this. All right. right here it says account name and account number. This is where I told y'all, okay, put the account name and then put the account number. If y'all need to copy this twice, because you got two different accounts, go ahead and copy it twice. If it got the same account number, put the same account number. If it's different account numbers, put different account numbers on there. And let me make sure that y'all are seeing it, because y'all are not saying everything correct. Can y'all see right there where it says account name and account number? That is the area where you want to fill out your disputes. Put the same account if you need to. Okay, if you need to. Like if it's the same account number, put the same account number. If it's different, put a different account number. But you need to list it. So if you got 4 accounts on your credit reports that need to get deleted, you should technically have 4 different spots on here filled out. You shouldn't have only one spot filled out. You need to separate it for each account that's on your credit report, because that's what they're going to do when they do your disputes. When they bring it in, they're going to say, okay, which ones you got a problem with? If you didn't list it on there, like if you didn't list the collection because you like it's on there twice, I'm not going to list it twice. If it's on there twice, list it twice. All right, period. All right, just list it on there twice. What should I do with a collection I don't recognize? If you don't recognize the account in general, like, oh, I don't know, I don't know this collection. Sometimes y'all not going to know y'all collections. Like, who really know these collection companies? Y'all can see who the original creditor is. If you ever had any debt with them, then you can just do the same process of asking for the credit bureaus to delete the account and go from there. But if you know for sure you got a collection and they're saying the original creditor was Credit One Bank and you never had a Credit One Bank credit card, I would just do identity theft on it. I would do the FTC report and a police FTC affidavit, police report, send it into the credit bureaus. Once they actually get it, that account should be deleted within 5 days of them actually getting that dispute. And y'all should be able to go to my main page and be able to see like the identity theft book that I have. The identity theft book come with the free course that got the letters in there. So that's the reason why I just suggest if you know it's identity theft, get that and go on about your business. Okay. And some of y'all probably already have this one. Y'all have identity theft letters inside of here too. That first identity theft letter may get y'all where y'all need to go just from having this. And then if you got that one, some of y'all may already have this too. This is that same book. It's just in the back of it. It's just that same one. So y'all don't have to get the identity theft book. Y'all can try this one first. Should collections be disputed differently from other accounts? I just showed y'all the charge off. Technically it could, because some of y'all not going to be able to find errors. But like I told y'all last date activity should be before the date open. So that's a problem. Collection should not be reporting as an open account. Some of y'all see that y'all collections is reporting like it's a charge off. Basically, they'll have it listed as an open account, not like a collection. That's what they're calling it, an open account. If it's not listed as a collection, that's a problem. Some of y'all see that they have payment history. Some of them may say that you're 120 days late on it. The reporting on that account is inaccurate, and you can dispute those different errors. Okay. What's the difference between a credit bureau dispute and debt validation? So a credit bureau, excuse me. A credit bureau dispute is when you guys are sending something in to the credit bureaus and asking them to delete it. Debt validation is when you saying, hey, this debt is not valid. I don't even know where this debt come from. Show me that I even owe this money. That's when you're trying to ask the collection company, you verify this with the credit bureau. Show me how I even owe this money in the first place. Show me how I owe you the money. Show me how you have a right to even put this on my credit report to the point where I can see it now and make my credit score go down. So those are two separate things. And usually debt validation is going to go to the collection company. Okay, that's going to actually go to the collection company. If you guys already have it on the collection on your credit report, send a letter to the credit bureau first, kind of like what we already been talking about this whole time. And if they don't delete it, then you guys can go ahead and send a letter directly to the collection company the next month. And that's when you're going to start asking them for a lot of documents. Okay. And the debt validation letter, you guys are getting that debt validation inside of the free course that come along with this book. Also, too, I have the bankruptcy one down there for both of them. I think that's number 2 for both of y'all. If y'all have a bankruptcy, get the number 2. But the bankruptcy one got 2 courses. The debt validation letter is basically inside of the course that's going to come with these books here. Okay. Can I dispute a hard inquiry that I actually authorized? That's y'all business. y'all be psyched the police over here. That's actually mine. Can I dispute it? I'm not trying to tell y'all what y'all can and can't do in terms of talking to the credit bureaus, but if y'all have an inquiry that y'all trying to get removed from the y'all credit reports, y'all can contact the credit bureaus and they'll usually remove it in like 24 to 48 hours. All you have to do when you contact them is tell me that there's an inquiry on your credit report that you do not think should be there. Like, I have an inquiry in here, I don't think it should be on my credit report. Don't get them 10 inquiries. Don't give them 5. Give them like 2 to 3. And if you got more than that, you need to get deleted, hang up and call back again. Okay. But usually calling them is going to be the best thing for that. What documents should I include with my dispute? If your address is already on your credit report, honestly, you don't need to include any additional documents other than your dispute letter. Sometimes the credit bureaus, if you want to bypass the credit bureau saying they don't know who you are, because sometimes they'll still do it if you provide like a copy of your ID and social security card, but you can include that. But still, sometimes they're going to act like they don't know who you are in the first place. Okay. Bro, none of that really works. What part of it don't work? The dispute part or the inquiry part? Because I just got I had some inquiries. I just got them deleted last month. Had clients tell them call credit bureaus, have them get deleted. Maybe y'all giving them too many. If y'all feel like y'all inquiries don't work, I keep sending letters, no reply. Sue them. Sue the credit bureaus. Y'all don't understand this. Like, I have the whole book on the suing to win right here. So I already sued all 3 credit bureaus. I have settlements with them. I sued them. I have settlements with them. I sued 2 collection companies too. I have settlements with them. And I sued my creditors and had over $40,000 worth of debt that I did not have to pay. So what we're talking about is how to do your disputes. So if they don't delete it, y'all, if y'all doing it the way I'm telling y'all, I'm not trying to be your lawyer. I'm not trying to get y'all legal advice, but y'all should be asking them for a check. Y'all really should be asking them for a check and telling them to delete everything from your credit reports. And if there's any companies on there that continue to verify, like collection companies, even y'all creditors that want to continue to verify these accounts as accurate, y'all need to ask them for a check too. Okay, y'all need to ask them for a check. So like, ask them for a check and ask them for a waiver of debt saying that you no longer owe it. That's the key. All right. But that's the whole argument for your lawsuit. When y'all do y'all lawsuits, let's kind of talk about lawsuits. We're going to talk about more about lawsuits on the 16th of September, October, November, December. You can, Shay, you can ask any questions that you have. When y'all do y'all lawsuits, there can be multiple reasons why you saying you suing them. You can be suing them because they're ignoring you. Y'all know they got 30 days to process our disputes. If y'all send a certified mail, you will have your receipt. And then when you sue them and you go through discovery, you can ask them, hey, show me the proof. Show me the actual documents. You can ask them for these documents. All right. Usually when you do your lawsuit too, some of the companies may want to settle with you right away because they'll see in their internal system that they messed up. You know, like, oh, I messed up. I didn't do this, this, and that. You know, let's go ahead and just pay them and let's get them on out the way. But y'all can be suing them because they're ignoring you. Y'all can be suing them because of the errors in general. Okay, y'all can be suing them for that. Bro, I keep forgetting about certified mail. That is key. Certified mail is key. That same way, if the company want to sue you, what they do, they'll send us some certified. You see that green receipt right at the top of our envelope. They just tracking it. That's how you can know if they really want to do anything or not, because they'll send it certified mail. But it's multiple reasons why you can sue them. You can sue them for identity theft. The account is not yours. They continue to report. And also to successful play, redo it, send it certified mail, or you can, like, if you do your letters, like if you start now, you can say, hey, I've been sending you letters you can put in your letter, I've been sending you letters for the last 6 months, because they got copies of your letters. If you've been sending, they got copies. So this one you can say, hey, I've been sending you letters for the last 6 months. This is probably going to be my final letter to you. And do it like I showed you, point out all of the letters. All of the errors, point out all of the letters in that letter that you're doing. Say, hey, the account number is different on this bureau compared to this bureau. The balance is different on this one compared to this one. I look at the payment history. This is wrong. That is wrong. Point out all of the errors. Say, I'm not going to send y'all no letter anymore. If y'all don't process this think of this as me warning you that I'm going to sue you, and I'm going to point out willful non-compliance. You know, you put that language in there. I'm going to point out willful non-compliance. This is not probably going to make them do anything, but at least if you really do go the extra mile and sue them, you actually have evidence now of a certified receipt. And then when you go through the discovery process, when you do your request for production, ask them for all of the dispute letters that they received from you. You know, just ask them for all of the dispute letters that they received from you, because they got it. They got it. Trust me, they got this stuff. Thank you. I'm going to do that today. Yes. And if you have not sent out a letter to the actual company, you can send a letter to the actual company too, telling them all the errors. Say, hey, I've been sending out letters to the credit bureaus for the last 6 months. I don't know how long you've been doing it. I've been sending out for the last 6 months. Here's all of the errors. Every time I send a letter, they keep saying that you verifying it. Or in your case, you saying you're not getting anything. I've been sending out letters to the credit bureaus and I'm not getting anything at all. So I'm just going to see if you're going to respond, because you're the one putting on my credit reports. And the reason why you want to say you want to see if they're going to respond is because of this, y'all. When it comes down to errors that's on your credit reports, you're supposed to talk to the credit bureaus about that first. Period. You're really not supposed to talk to that company until that company says that is, or the credit bureaus come back and say that the company verified that account. That's when you can go to the company and be on them like, hey, how did you verify this? How do you verify that? Think about it as gossiping. Somebody gossiping about you. You want to say, did they really say that about me? Yeah, I just talked to them yesterday. They said you did do that. That's when you can go back to that company and be like, hold on. I just talked to them and they said that you did say that's for real. Like, you know, what's going on? Then you want them to clear it up. If it's gossip, go back and tell them that you was wrong. Same with the credit bureaus. You want that company to go back and tell the credit bureaus and to delete it. Okay. So you just got to have a paper trail of all the different errors. And if they did not respond, then if they did not respond, I would just do a lawsuit. So send to the credit bureaus and company certified, then file a suit. So this is the whole format though, because I want to make sure I'm clear. The first letter, if you ever go send out a letter, you need to send it to the credit bureaus of all of the accounts that you want to get deleted, all of the accounts that have errors. Point out all of the errors. You can't just say delete it. Point out all of the errors that's wrong with the account. The credit bureau is going to send it over to the company. The company is going to come back and say it's verified. If the credit bureaus are not responding and you know you gave them 30 days, that's why I'm like the certified receipt, then you just want to send a letter to the credit bureaus and say, hey, I disputed all of these accounts over 30 days ago. You did not delete it. You're required to delete these accounts now. Okay. Because sometimes they're just not going to respond. They probably do that during the process of your lawsuit. They're going to be messing up still. The lawyer's going to be messing up. Okay. So first letter to the credit bureaus. If they come back and say that the account is verified, now you want to send them another letter and say, hey, can you send me all of the documents that the company sent you and said that it was verified? Because I looked at my credit reports again and I still see errors. The letters that's inside of like these books, that's basically what it's saying. It just, you know, what I'm telling y'all now. But the second letter, send it to the credit bureau, say, send me the documents. Then you want to send a letter to each company that verified that account. Okay, this is their second month of letters and say, hey, you verified that account. Can you send me all the documents that you sent to the credit bureaus? Because I still see errors. These are all the errors that I found. Can you please delete the account from the credit report or correct it? All right. And usually y'all, they're not going to fix it correctly because there's a lot of AI and automated stuff. They're not going to fix it correctly. If you still see, because you did 1 month to the credit bureau, second month you talked to the credit bureau and a company. If it was me, the third month, I'll be sending all of them a letter saying, hey, I'm about to sue you in a month. It's official. I tried enough with y'all. I'm about to sue you. If you don't want me to sue you, delete the account from the credit reports, give me some money, and my demand letters may say give me $5,000, $10,000, $15,000, $20,000 and waive the debt. Some companies may just back out and just delete it from your credit reports. And some of them, whoever don't delete it, those are the ones I will actually be suing. That's when I will actually file a lawsuit. Okay. And then with filing a lawsuit too, my professor made it very clear that we need damages. Trust me, they're going to want to see some type of damage. If you went and talked to your doctor about how you so stressed about this, make sure you make record of that while you at your doctor. If you got a doctor appointment, because y'all on the internet talking to a random lady, y'all don't know me. It's a lot of people like, this is being like deceiving. No, y'all don't hear listen to a random lady about y'all credit right now. Y'all can be doing anything. Y'all can be watching a movie. Y'all be doing anything, but no, y'all hearing me. So make sure y'all let y'all doctor know I am stressed right now. Like, I'm trying to figure out my credit stuff. They not fixing this. It's really stressing me, because it's true. Y'all know how it's making y'all feel. I hear this all the time from people. I'm just so tired of this, Keita. I can't do this. Okay, let your doctor know that. Okay, because this could possibly help with your case. All right. And then also get some denials. Apply for the credit cards. Apply for the credit that you want. I say that y'all need to get a denial for all 3 credit bureaus. Y'all need a credit card company to say that they tried to pull your TransUnion credit. They pulled your TransUnion credit report, but because you got that collection on there, because you got that charge off, they can't give you any credit. Because that denial letter is what you're going to use when you actually do your lawsuit to get your settlement and work to get some money from them. Okay, say, hey, you are the reason why I didn't get this credit card. You are the reason why I couldn't get this loan. You are the reason why I'm stressed, because I can't get credit based off of you. Here's the proof. A company said they couldn't give me a credit card because you got this collection on a credit report, and it's inaccurate, and you know it is. You just didn't do your job. So make sure you got those denials in there, because they're going to be very, very important. But that would be like the whole thing. After that, actually go through the motion of actually suing the company. Okay. I'm so sorry if I've been missing y'all over here. It's a healthy day. It's definitely a healthy day, right? You know it's healthy if I ain't even getting there. I'm just in bed chilling. I'm not trying to get out of bed. What if someone intervene intentionally and cause your business to stall and cause your car to get repossessed? DV, is that domestic violence be a reason, or what does DV mean? I never had a late payment, and then my ex-husband came after me and some bad stuff happened, and for a while I couldn't work and lost my new car and everything. Okay, wait, so let's start with that. So a lot of stuff happened with your husband. You couldn't work, you lost your new car and everything. I'm so sorry to hear that. What if someone intervene intentionally and cause your business to stall and cause your car to get repossessed? So this is how I would look at it. When your car got repossessed, because I have a lot of people that have like repossessions and stuff like that on a credit report, I will look and see how much you still owe on that car, and then I would just find the errors, try to get the account deleted from the credit reports. If they don't want to delete the account from the credit reports and I actually pointed out the errors to them, that's when I would want to actually sue the company. But you can possibly, like, I'm not trying to be a lawyer, I'm not trying to give you any legal advice. You could probably try to see what you could do about your ex-husband too, because that sounds like some civil stuff right there. That sounds like some civil stuff, but yeah, that is really crazy. But I would look, when I look at stuff on the credit report, y'all, I just want to see errors. You see how you like, well, this happened, that happened. Da, da, da. If I looked at your credit report, I see errors. I'm like, I don't need to know the backstory. They messing up anyway by saying the wrong thing on your credit reports. I don't care. Some people are like, well, I couldn't do this because of da, 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 da. Y'all have over $40,000 worth of debt I had to sue my creditors for. When I found out that they had errors on my credit reports and I can sue them, I took advantage. And over $40,000, that's a lot of money, right? That, like, is it just me, or that was huge? I had over $40,000 worth of debt that I did not have to pay because I found out that they were violating me. I was violating them by not paying them, but they was violating me too. So I'm going to take legal action. The companies could technically, at the time, could have technically sued me, but you know, that's their business. When I found out that I was getting violated, I took action. Period. That's, you know, it's on them if they gonna want to sue her or whatever they gonna want to do. But I actually sued my creditors. I didn't care about, oh, you know, like I could say the same thing too, like, oh, me and my ex-husband, this is going on, and they don't want to hear none of that stuff. I'm going to talk about the errors that's on the credit report. Like for that repossession, hey, these late payments are inaccurate, the way that they're placed. You know, if y'all need to fix that. The date open is inaccurate. The last day of activity is inaccurate. The balance is inaccurate. Then when it got repossessed, you got to think about it. Was it repossessed correctly? You know, they could have did that wrong. They could have violated you with the way that they repossessed the vehicle. So, I would be looking at all this stuff. Do I need proof for every credit report dispute? No, y'all, they need to figure it out. Don't think that it's something that y'all need to figure it out. They need to figure it out. These companies do. They talking about you. Okay, so they need to figure it out. Should I send a generic dispute letter to every bureau? What's generic, y'all? I don't care. Listen, I'm just talking based off of stuff that I have seen. I don't care what y'all dispute letters say. Okay. If y'all look at the reviews on this book, some of the reviews is just wild, and that's just because they don't know any better. Okay. Some of the reviews would be like, it's basically the same thing. She just switched it over. One to talk about late payments, and then another one will talk about a charge off because they're different accounts. Okay. All you got to do is just send them a letter. That's all y'all got to do. When I had looked at a case before, y'all, I was educating myself on the case, and the judge ended up giving the person that ended up suing the company, they end up winning against this collection company. The judge made it very, very clear that it is not our job to know everything. It's that company job to know it. If somebody present that there's a problem, you need to thoroughly investigate the account. That's the company's job. Okay. So if y'all send a generic dispute letter to these companies, again, I'm not trying to be a lawyer. I'm not trying to get legal advice. I'm just going off of basic stuff that I have read and I have learned. If somebody sent a basic dispute letter and they're saying that this is wrong, that is wrong, all these things is wrong, and it turns out when you look at the documents, because that's what they're not knowing, you're not really looking at documents. When you look at the documents, something is wrong and you fail to fix it, that's when lawsuits can come in. That's when it's like you did mess up. You were supposed to fix it. Why did you ignore her? So don't think too much about the dispute letter. Think about what you're putting inside of the letter. Make sure that what you're saying is right, because it's an automated system. It's AI anyway that's looking at all of this stuff. It's not really looking at nothing correctly anyway. So just make sure that what you're saying is correct inside of your letters. I have seen some dispute letters that didn't even point out any errors. They just talked about how there was errors on the account that's reporting to the credit bureaus and also on all three credit bureaus, and that there's a problem. They didn't even say what the problem was. Like I'm trying to teach y'all how to do, where I'm saying, hey, the account number is inactive, last date activity, the payment history. They ain't say any of that, but they still got a settlement. And when it come down to settlement, y'all, when y'all see settlements, you can't really talk about your settlement. You can't say, oh, I got this company to give me, $4,000. They deleted it, they did this, in your settlement you signed. Most likely that company basically told you to shut up inside your settlement. Don't tell anybody. I'm going to give you this check. I'm going to delete this from your credit reports. And the company, depending on if you owe any money, I'm going to waive the debt. You don't even owe us no money anymore, but you need to shut up. That's probably what it is. But when you see settlement, that means that they both came up with an agreement. It wasn't the case was thrown out. No, the case was not dismissed. If it was a dismissal, if you see voluntary dismissal, to me, that's a settlement. My professor made it very clear, because some states and some cities and states, all they do is voluntary dismissals. They ask for you to voluntarily dismiss your case, and y'all sign an agreement saying that you're going to do it. And all of the details of your agreement is inside your agreement. That's nobody's business. That's kind of like I was trying to explain to y'all when it come down to like celebrities and stuff like that. They can handle stuff behind the scenes, but part of the agreement is you need to shut up and you need to save face in front of people. Like when you go in front of people, somebody asks you what's going on, just don't answer, depending on what your agreement say. Don't answer at all, or just say, you're not worried about that anymore. It's behind you. They're a nice person, whatever. Okay. But when it come down to these disputes, just make sure that what you're putting in your disputes is correct. That's it, y'all. That's it. And if your stuff is correct, when you get to the point where you want to do your lawsuit and you actually sue them, you got all your stuff correct, I will go all the way and make sure that the companies is getting you money, deleting the account from your credit reports, and waive the debt. NDA. That's basically what y'all are going to be signing on here. I tell y'all all the time, it's public records that me and TransUnion, we came up with our dispute. Okay, we came up with our, not our dispute, we came up with our settlement. I'm sorry, we came up with our settlement. When they found out that I have a credit repair company, this public records again, they felt as if I need to not even talk about the point that I have a settlement with them. And I was like, no, I'm talking about anything public, okay? And I'm like, I'm going to law school. Why would I not want to talk about my own success? That's like y'all coming on here. Y'all got, for me, this how I feel so cocky too, y'all. Y'all can't come on here and tell me anything. I have settlements. I don't care. I already know what's up. You get what I'm saying? I can't tell you everything that's up, but I can tell you enough based off of stuff that I learned from other attorneys to learn to even get here. I don't be caring. People come on here, this stuff, no. Well, have you did this, and that? Because that's how you need to do it. You know, I already be knowing what's up, but they gonna want you to shut up. Like, that's the reality of it all. I have actually helped other people get their settlements. They got money from these companies, got stuff deleted, did all these different things based off of following stuff inside of the book that I learned from my professor, because I went to school on how to actually do federal cases, because that's where I think that they should be done. They actually got them some settlements, okay, based off of stuff that I pay other attorneys. I pay attorneys to tell me stuff because I had to learn this. Like, hold on, y'all getting money for y'all clients? Y'all clients getting paid? Y'all deleting stuff for people? Like, this is like a hush hush kind of whole thing too, though, y'all. But guess what? I'm here just telling y'all what it is. But guess what? A lot of y'all not even gonna do it. Y'all gonna still be like stuck. But guess what? Whoever get tired enough, they're gonna fix it. And that's what I make the videos for. The people that's like, I gotta change something. Because I remember being so depressed. I tell y'all this all the time. I remember being so depressed trying to figure it out. That's how I learned about the $40,000. Like, hold on, I can sue them and I ain't gotta have to owe the $40,000. I didn't even know to ask them for money. They may be glad I ain't know to ask for money, because I was just happy to get the accounts deleted, y'all. I was just like, "Are you gonna delete it?" Like, I'm happy with just that. But now I know, hold on, these companies finna give you money, you know. So I help like even some huge companies. I help people with like do settlements with huge companies that y'all just can't wait to go to, and they paying money. Like, okay, we're gonna delete it. We finna give you some money, and we're gonna waive it. You don't owe us any money anymore. Okay, so I'm just trying to tell y'all information that's out there, but don't think too hard, because it's not our job to know this stuff. It really is not our job to know. It's like we go to the doctor. We depend on our doctor to know this, and that. But if they do something wrong and something goes wrong, then now we got to bring in another expert. You know, you have expert witnesses too when it comes down to these lawsuits. But y'all may not even get to that point to have an expert witness. Y'all might get y'all settlements as soon as y'all sue, or a few months right after y'all sue. But y'all got expert witnesses to say exactly what should have happened, because we don't know it all. And then when y'all talk to these companies, they're not going to want to give you all the information anyway. They're going to want you to sign some type of agreement, because they don't want y'all all in their business. Okay. But I appreciate all of you guys. I got to run to the post office and send this stuff out. We are at our hour anyway. We're at an hour and 1 minute. So I will be back on here tomorrow. I gotta look that up. The Federal Reserve Act, Section 16. When y'all be sending me stuff, I gotta look it up to know exactly what y'all talking about and how we can use this stuff to our advantage. But I'm gonna continue to come on here. But today was just like, you know, should I do 1 letter, 2 letter? Put everything on that 1 letter. That's what I would do. Like, everything on that 1 letter. If y'all don't delete it, I'm sending a letter to each company next month. If y'all don't delete after that, I'm sending another letter. It's my last letter though, because I'm finna sue y'all. Okay, and I already know y'all with that last letter. Some of y'all like, I sent out the settlement demand. They still saying they gonna keep it on my credit report. Nobody sent me a check. To me, that last letter saying I'm going to sue you, that just, to me, so when I go to court, it just show willful non-compliance. You willfully kept it on my credit report. You tried to damage me. You tried to hurt me because I told you again and you just ignored me. You knew I was going to sue you. So that's what that last letter is kind of for. But I will see you guys later. Let me get these last things out to the post office. Bye-bye, everybody. Let me close you all down. Oh, wait. 1 letter, then send another, gift wrap the last one. I know that's right. And begin your denials at the same time, okay? Get your denials at the same time, because if they don't want to delete it, you already got the denials. You already know what's up. You just waiting on your check in a few months. But that is hilarious. I like to see comments like that. But y'all, I will see y'all later. As y'all can see, I just put this eyeshadow on because I was like, okay, I can't go on here with nothing on. But I am still very, very sore from walking, y'all. These 10,000 steps is beating my butt. I thought that it was the running that was gonna beat my butt, y'all, but it's these 10,000 steps. And two, I had got my ears pierced, and like I like to lay on that side like this. I like to lay like this, and I can't lay on my ears, so I've been laying on the foot of the bed on this side because I got my ears pierced, and it hadn't even been a week. So I had got this one, and I had got this one with my daughter, and y'all, I'm just sore all over. So I'm like, I don't care. As long as I go live, I don't care. If y'all got to be in my bedroom going live for the rest of this week, y'all, it is what it is. We will be back in my office in a few days. I just don't want to sit in that chair. This is comfy. If I want to do a little lean, I'm talking to y'all, I can do a little lean. But I will see y'all later. Okay. Bye-bye, everybody.